Hi everybody and welcome back to Holy Lands RPG. I'm Racmaster.
And I'm Eve.
In this video we're going to cover advanced combat. So we're going to go over some situations where your character can do some more advanced things rather than the normal hack and defend. So the first thing we're going to talk about is critical. I want to just review that real quick. In a critical, you're going to use multiple ATR in order to do multiple damage. So in this case, let's roll it real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Eve's character is going to attack a horribly cute wee folk adventurer.
Oh no.
So she rolled...
I rolled a 15.
And I need to roll to dodge or defend. And I didn't defend. So I rolled a 12. So Ariella hit the wee folk adventurer.
Whap!
For double damage. She's using 2 ATR.
What if I wanted to use 3 ATR?
Then good question. You would now do triple damage. So roll the damage that's on your weapon.
So I rolled 2d4. So I rolled 3.
Okay, so what you would do in this situation is you always multiply the natural roll and then add any bonuses to it. So if you have bonuses on your weapon or if your character has bonuses to damage, you're going to add those after you multiply the natural roll of the dice. You can see how this could really stack if she was to have rolled a 9 for damage. She does 3 times 9, which would have been 27, 28 with her bonuses. Could have been a huge amount of damage. All right. Any questions? Good. So the next thing I want to talk about is are called specials. So we have critical and you have special as a bonus. The special bonuses, you have some special maneuvers that you can attempt. The first one is a simultaneous attack. So there's 3 things that you can forfeit advantage over. Well, there's probably 4. You could just not try to do advantage.
Simultaneous.
The simultaneous attack means that I'm going to declare, you have to declare it before, I'm going to declare that I'm forfeiting advantage in order to simultaneous attack. This very fairly gives the opponent the ability to regroup or make another decision. So, in this case, we're going to roll to simultaneously attack. And
7.
So, she rolled a 7. I rolled a 13, but I get to add my special bonus to this because I'm going to... Now you can pick up the pencil. The wee folk adventurer is going to attack at the same time. You didn't defend. I hit you.
Ah!
No, you hit me too. Ah! So in this case, we both hit each other. Now...
If he had gotten 1 more point higher, if he had rolled a 14 or higher... then he would have attacked me and I would not have hit him at all.
Right. So the wee folk adventurer's pencil would have hit her and caused damage and she would have missed. So I would have struck her faster than she could strike me. The next thing we're going to talk about is knockout damage. This is where you want to walk up to an opponent and you want to strike them from behind with a blunt weapon. You can't do it with a bladed weapon unless you're using the pommel of the sword, the blunt end of it. But if you have a mace or, a bow or a crossbow or some weapon, a chair, something blunt, you can knock out an opponent. So this causes damage, but it also knocks them out for a certain duration of time. So, Eve's character Ariella has snuck up on the poor, defenseless, very cute and sweet wee folk adventurer.
He deserves it.
He's very mouthy. She's going to knock him out. She doesn't want to kill him. She just wants to knock him out. So what she's going to do is she's going to roll over a difficulty factor that the rack is going to determine.
Because the wee folk doesn't see me, so he's not going to be able to dodge or defend.
Right. So regardless of where I'm looking, she gets to knock me out. Now, Racks, you want to use this sparingly if you're going to use it against a character. But players, keep in mind that this can happen to you. If you can do it to enemies, enemies can do it to you. With 14. That said, she needed to get over a 14. And
I rolled a 14, but I have a +1.
So she rolled 15. If she would have not had the bonus, then Ty would have gone to the defender, which would have been me, defenseless, although I would have been taking damage. That makes me the defender. She actually knocks me out. Poor wee folk is unconscious.
That's when you drag them out into a forest and leave them there.
Okay. The last thing, first of all, and then there's a couple other things that you can do for advanced combat. One of them is stunning strike. That's where you actually daze your opponent.
Another is sweep attack.
That's where you sweep and you hit multiple opponents all at one time. And then a very cool one is where you can, if you have multiple attacks per round to different weapon skills, and you only have one to another weapon skill, you can use a kick attack, because you only have one attack.
Stab kick.
Or kick stab, is where I was going with that. You would use one attack per round for your kick attack, but you still have more for your light arms. So you can strike with the pencil after you kick, because you would use the first attack ATR for the kick, and then you still have more, so the second ATR would be used for your weapon skill. Anyways, pretty self-explanatory. The last action that we're going to talk about for advanced combat is retreat. Retreat, first of all, I mentioned that there were 3 actions that you could forfeit advantage for. One of them is for simultaneous attack, but if you go to holylandsrpg.com, you can pick up this book. Well, thank you, lovely assistant. And there's information about basic combat and advanced combat. The basic combat action that I'm referring to is where you forfeit advantage in order to double your dodge or defend bonus. So let's say that I am a very cute wee folk adventurer that is, yes, shooting at Ariella, and now she is upon me. So I need to throw my bow down and pull out my sword, which means I'm going to declare that I'm going to forfeit my dodge or defend.
So I'm going to attack.
And when she rolls to attack,
I rolled an 18.
So I need to get above an 18 in order to dodge or defend, and I actually rolled a 14. So if I would not have doubled my dodge or defend, I wouldn't have made it. I would have only rolled a 17. So 20 gets me out of the way. So I can take that a step further for the third action that you can forfeit advantage for, and that is retreat. Retreat is where you, in this case, I would have said I wanted to retreat before the round was rolled,
Run away.
I have escaped the entire round. So I have actually gotten myself out of the fight. If I wanted to stay in the fight, I would just double my dodge or defend. But actually retreating gets you completely out of the combat situation for at least that round. And the rack can decide if you're fast enough and if the situation allows that you've actually escaped the whole situation altogether.
Just get the heck out of there.
Gone. So in certain situations, in this case, the rack will probably just let me be gone. I'm fast enough, and she didn't know that I was going to retreat, and she isn't ready for it, so I'm gone. In some situations, there may be a huge monster, and in that case, his claws are long enough. I have to keep retreating because the monster's faster than me, and he has enough reach. So those are some different situations that you would use retreat and other advanced combat. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to cover some more stuff. Go to holylandsrpg.com, grab a book, and tune in for some future videos because we're going to cover some more good stuff. Make sure you subscribe below. Thank you, lovely assistant. And check out our future videos. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you for watching, and God bless. That's my line.